So April has been a busy month for me because of the surgery, the international move to Kuala Lumpur. So my birthday, which was last week, was of least importance, and I wasn't really expecting anything from it. But my wife, she surprised me with a welcome home and a birthday package.
Welcome home, darling. Happy birthday.
So even DHL asked, why is the package so heavy? And she said,
I don't know. My husband keeps ordering things.
but boy, was I surprised when I opened the package. So my wife was acutely aware of how much I was struggling with the video editing with my 2018 Intel MacBook Pro. And we'd been discussing many options. In our conversations, I had leaned towards a new MacBook Pro, the one with the M1 Max chip. But then I'd been doing all my editing in my home studio, and there was no need actually to move things around. A common understanding during those conversations was that the Mac Studio would provide an ample headroom for a 4-year period. Internally, I had a question. Which one did I finally get? And I was in for another major surprise. And the packaging was really impressive. I had been using the K1 Keychron with the full mechanical keyboard and the MX Master 3 for Mac. And this stupid mouse and keyboard graphic kept flashing on the screen and wouldn't connect to my new birthday present. And boy, was I annoyed. And Apple had silently made sure that this thing can be configured only to the Apple mouse and keyboard. And what's more, Apple removed all credit cards from the Indian store. And though I had some store credit, I just can't buy anything with that balance. And my Apple Music subscription expires at the end of the month. So the whole problem is that I can't reset my Apple ID to another country, and my iCloud couldn't actually be paid for. What a pain! The real question that some of you may ask is, do you really need something so powerful? So we did a fair bit of research on this, and this was our findings. So I shoot in 10-bit 422 resolution with multiple layers of graphics and color corrections. So I fell into a category between the ultimate power user and a power user, and I use 3 different 4K cameras in different situations. Additionally, I've started to learn Blender and Apple Motion for motion graphics and animation. And then I've been going through various M1 Mac Studio reviews. And based on different kinds of benchmarks that I had seen of these machines, I was quite clear that I wanted something with ample headroom. And I was clearer as being a candidate for the Ultra. And the SSD space was really important to me because each of my file sizes were huge, and I had tons of software that I had installed and I was going to install. But too many of us would just be fine with a Mac Studio Max or the Max MacBook or something simpler like the M1 Mac Mini, which is also my other machine where I render simultaneously for other sub-projects. So the only piece of advice that I would give you is to look at the next 2 or 3 years and make those choices, considering it is a rather expensive investment. Once you've made the investment and you start the setup process, you would possibly transition everything from your old Mac to the new one. But then I did some due diligence and I removed some unwanted data. I would just bring in the apps that are really needed and that were relevant to continue. And all my app information was in different places. The keys, the store purchase details, whether I wanted it recorded in the Indian books or in the Malaysia books for my business. And I wanted to bring all of this together. So I created a nice Notion template to capture all the information, including the name of software and a brief description. I categorized apps between menu bar, software, and Final Cut Pro plugins. And I also highlighted when I bought them and where I bought them from. And I also wanted to create this one-click URL link to take me right back to Gmail itself, where I can retrieve all the information, including keys, etc. I also took a moment to check whether the software was active. Did I have machine-level license limitations? Was it one-time, free, or subscription-based that I needed to cater to from time to time? So by just looking at this template, I had really good access to all my software, and I could keep adding to it whenever I bought a new piece of software. So in the description below, I've provided a link on how you can get access to this template to build your own software asset master. So if you pick up a MacBook Pro, then it comes with keyboards, with a trackpad and a screen. But then with a Mac Studio, you need a monitor, a set of speakers. That's if you hate monitor speakers. Then you need some Thunderbolt cable, some SSDs in case you've bought a lower storage, a dock to add more ports. Who doesn't want more ports? So all of this adds up and can be a tidy sum over and beyond which you just forked out. So there's no doubt that Intel is dead as far as Macs are concerned. And the new Mac Studio in its initial test has shown its speed to open apps, to execute and render files in a fraction of what my Intel MacBook Pro could do. But it's not perfect. With its Apple tax needing apps to be optimized for the M1 Ultra architecture and its hardware coming in with at least a 6 months lead ahead of some of the software corrections that happen through different software vendors. So you can expect the ride to be riddled with speed bumps. But I've been prepared. But timing has always been related to the pain that I was getting from my existing setup. So that's why people like me jump the bandwagon faster than usual. So I'll keep you guys posted on my longer term journey as I get the machines fully cranked up on this beast of a machine. So where are you on this journey? Comment below. If you're not yet part of this community, do consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the bell icon to stay notified of new videos. If you like this video, consider sharing it with your friends. Stay safe, stay healthy. Peace.